Good morning, I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. This is like the 5th take. It's a sneezing morning. I don't know what is going on. Sneezing a lot. High Desert Sauce Company. Man, Zach Perkins and his wife Dana, they're great people. Zach is a great guy. This is High Desert Sauce Company's Tikk-Hot Masala. It's a great story behind this sauce. Spent some time yesterday with Zach. He lives, are you ready for this? Less than 4 miles from me. Do you realize how cool it is for a rock to be as big as this rock is, and I moved to a place and I can walk to a really good friend's house? Do you understand how cool that is? Spent time with him this weekend at the Hot Sauce Festival. I got some great sauces I'm going to review for him. Zach is really a great guy. I was talking to him yesterday. He's one of those guys that has a really cool signature with his sauce. What he makes is unique. Let me read you this. Drawing inspiration from a classic tikka masala sauce, we've packed the flavors of the entire meal into this bottle. Tikk-Hot Masala features vibrant blend of sweet and savory flavors with creamy coconut milk and earthy spices. The 1-2 punch from the ghost pepper and the Carolina Reaper will knock you off your feet, and the heat takes this sauce over the top. Try a few dishes in soup. Try a few dashes in soup on any nice dish, chicken or lamb for unbelievable delicious burn. Shake well and enjoy. Now, I'm going to tell you why he made this sauce in a second. It's a pretty cool story. Let me tell you the ingredients. Distilled vinegar, tomato, unsweetened coconut milk, which is coconut milk and water. We have peppers, which are Anaheim peppers. We have ghost pepper. We have Carolina Reaper pepper, onion, tomato paste, agave nectar, garlic, kosher salt, apple cider vinegar, peppercorns, cumin, garam masala, which is cardamom, cinnamon, clove, cumin, coriander, and black pepper. Turmeric, coriander, and ginger, and it does contain coconut because I said so and he said so. But what a list of ingredients, huh? Now, the story that Zach told me about how he created this, we had a funny talk yesterday. We're here, he's at my house, and he's like, yeah, but there's nothing really hot here, which is funny because you'd think the closer you get to the border, the warmer the peppers may be, but he said if you go to restaurants, good luck getting something hot. So he made this sauce because he couldn't find a sauce like this. You go to a restaurant, he said, and we've all done this, but Zach was funny. He goes to a Indian restaurant. He goes, I want you to hurt me as hot as you can make it. Not temperature, but spice, as hot as spicy. And they're like, really? Are you sure? He's like, yes. And because he loves Indian food. They come out and no heat. So he said, enough is enough. Now I want you guys to know something. I reviewed sauces from High Desert Sauce Company. It's been probably 4 years, 5 years. It's been a long time. It's been 4 years probably, I think. But so many of you have come over because they're super hot, or here's the thing, they were great videos way back. There's 5,000 of them. It's almost like moving to a city and finding you're this far from somebody. How do you find that video? So I'm going to review their sauces again because they are that good. Had a great time with them at the festival this weekend. Oh. One thing I remember about his sauces are very complex in aroma and flavor. Whew, so excited about this. And when we're done, I'm going to read you some more weird things that we all do. We don't admit to. Here's the pour, people. You know what's funny? And this is funny. Do you know how many sauce makers I've talked to that the motivation for creating their sauce was they couldn't get anything good where they were? Honestly, that's the motivation most of the time. High Desert Sauce Company. It's Tikk-Hot Masala. I wish you could smell it. Here, get this bottle. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase T. You know what's funny about this sauce? And when I read you the label, it says the flavors of whole meal in a sauce. It's exactly what it is. And on lamb, I can see that on lamb, this would just be, or chicken, this would just be devastatingly delicious. I think you could probably taste that sauce 10 times and 10 times pick up something different. It's wonderful. It's got a wonderful mouthfeel. You know, the texture of the sauce in your mouth is just incredible. I love the look of it. I love the aroma. It's one of those sauces that hits every box. If you like Indian food or you like masala, here's the deal. You're not going to find any better. It's just, this is why he made it. HDSC, that's High Desert Sauce Company. Tikk-Hot Masala. So, see it says on there hot? Good time to talk about this. There are a couple kinds of chili head companies, sauce companies. Chill out, dude. No, please. The two kinds of sauce companies are sauce companies that anybody can eat, and then there are hot sauce companies that are chili head owned hot sauce companies. Because believe it or not, they aren't all like that. Some are mostly sauces that are mild. They're going to say they're hot. They're not. When you see that on this bottle, believe it. It's a chili head sauce company. For a non-chili head, you would not. You'd pick up a lot of the complexities in the aroma, but it would be lost on you in flavor. If you're a chili head and you like hot stuff, this is going to be probably. Be some people that will call it a 6, but it's probably gonna be like a 7 and up. It's got heat to it. This one has some heat to it. Lovely, lovely sauce. And how great is it that I live this close to my bud? All right, I have a few more things that we do as people that are kind of weird, and we're gonna wrap it up with this. Here's one we all do. Eavesdropping on strangers. Ear hustling. You listen? Listen on a conversation not meant for our ears is a guilty pleasure that satisfies our innate curiosity about others' lives. It's a way of anonymously checking with the drama and the reality of the world around us. Isn't social media sort of like a virtual eavesdropping? Kind of. We all do that. This is something I think I don't know, maybe this is something a younger thing. Making weird faces at yourself in the mirror. Experimenting with expressions in the mirror is an activity that reveals our playful and reflective side. It's a harmless exploration of our own versatility and expressions. This is one. Here's the thing. I thought about reading this, and I thought about skipping it actually, but because if I read it, it's just going to cause things. But I'm going to read it anyway. Googling yourself. You ever do that? Searching for our own names online is driven by curiosity about how we appear in the digital world. It's a blend of vanity, self-interest, showing how the internet age has influenced our perception as well. Be careful with that. I mean, I don't know. I don't like Googling my name. I've done that before too. Let me tell you something. If you Google my name, and I'm going to warn you because you guys are probably going to do that. If you Google my name, you're going to see that I'm a wealthy, wealthy cat. There's not a shred of truth to it. Here, we're going to talk about a few things. It's going to tell you that I'm worth. There are websites out there that will tell you that my net worth, and the smallest is $3 million. Can you imagine that? One is 5, one says 5.5, one says 6. One of them says $19.2 million. I'm great with investments, they say. Bree and I are already married. We're not yet. I just bought a brand new Tesla. I don't own a Tesla. What are the new things that I've heard about me? It's crazy. If you Google yourself, just be prepared. There's a lot of weird stuff out there. Keeping clothes for someday. Holding on to outfits we haven't worn in years in hopes they'll come in handy someday is a common practice. It speaks to our optimism and difficulty in letting go, even when it comes to material possessions. The whole thing is funny. You know what caught me, I thought was funny about that, is outfits. I don't have outfits. I probably, in my life, I've had outfits. I was never one of those dudes who got dressed up and was worried about making sure you look good to go out. Maybe it's a confidence thing. I am what I am, and if it's the clothes that you dig me for, we're gonna have a problem. I don't know. My deal is this. I have right now I'm 172 pounds or so. Okay, something like that. My heaviest weight, or my lightest weight, I'm closer to my lightest weight. My lightest weight as an adult man was 165. About a little 10 pounds, but 160, excuse me, 160 pounds. And that was my marathon weight. That was me on race day. Okay. My heaviest is 230 pounds. Okay, it's a person. It's a huge, what is it? 160, so that's about 75 pounds, 70 pounds, 70 pounds. Imagine me with 70 pounds on. I keep clothes because I know that sometimes I do this. And I'll have a really cool shirt that doesn't fit me now, but a couple more months of will, or you know what I mean? So I tend to keep clothes for that reason. I'll never keep, no, that's not true. I have a couple of some clothes that my dad owned. A sweatshirt that I can never get rid of, so I get that. Here's an interesting one, rehearsing arguments. I do this. Thinking of the perfect response or argument in our heads, often after the fact. I don't do it after the fact, I do it before. It's something many of us do. It's a way of processing our feelings and prepare for future confrontations, even if they never happen. If I know, it's not even an argument, but if I have a point of view, if I know I'm going to be having a discussion with somebody where my point of view is going to be presented as opposed to a different point of view, then I'll make sure I have my ducks in a row and I kind of know where I'm going to go with it. But it's not like, and another thing, and I'm going to say this, and I don't know. I'm sure I've done that too. I like to find that as I get older, I'm more in control of my emotions. And I think, is this the last one? Yep, this is the last one. And I saved this one for last because it's an important one. Judging our past selves. Okay? Reflecting on old photos or social media posts often lead to cringing at our former selves. The act of self-reflection is a reminder of how much we've grown and changed. Here's what I say, like fashion and things like that, we're always going to change points of view. Like in my lifetime, I've been wicked conservative, I've been liberal, I've been everything. You know what I mean? And it's like in your lifetime, I like the fact that I've changed. I want to be open-minded. I don't want to be so rigid and set that when someone has an opposing view that makes sense, that I can say, wow, that makes sense. I don't want to have to be the person that says, that doesn't make sense. And when I walk away, go, wow, that made sense. I like learning, and I'm not afraid to say I don't know. You know what I mean? But as far as judging your past, it's problematic for me because I have a bad past. Did a lot of terrible things. I was a bad guy. I was a gangster. Not a gangster. That sounds bad. I was just a criminal for a long time. So I mean, I don't like looking at my past. My past is ugly. You know what I mean? There's a great expression. When you drive, your windshield is 10 times bigger than your rear view mirror. And the reason for that is you should be spending this much time looking in the past. And you should be looking in front of you, where you're going. I say this all the time. Not all the time. I've said it a few times. If you live in the past, then you're taking problems that have already happened, that the sun has set on, that are gone, and you're pulling them from the past into your now, just because you don't have enough problems in the now. So you're gonna grab some of the problems from the past, dump them on your plate right now, and then what you do is you worry about tomorrow. What the hell am I going to do? You worry about tomorrow. What's going to happen tomorrow? What am I going to do? And what's going to happen? Is this project going to be completed? Am I going to get this deal or whatever? You know what I mean? You worry about tomorrow. What we do is we're worried about things that haven't happened yet. So not only do we take problems from the past and dump them on our plate, but we grab things that haven't even happened in the future. We're writing a script and dump that on our plate too. Like today's day isn't going to have us enough. I got news for you. Today's day is going to present enough issues. Today's day is going to have enough twists and turns, enough things we got to stop and think and what do I do here? Don't borrow things from the past. The past is in the past. Let it go. It's done. What can you do about it? I'm not gonna do with it. If anybody can give me a good example of what you can do now to change the past, I'll shut up. There's nothing you can do from the past. You can learn from it, but staying in the past doesn't do you any good. And preparing for the future is a very, very big difference than worried about the future. I think the bird in the field flying around worries about what its next meal is going to be. You think the bird, like that bird, the cactus pecker. You think that cactus pecker is stressed about its next meal? Like, what am I going to eat? We worry about everything. So don't bring yesterday's trouble into today. Don't bring tomorrow's trouble into today. And quit judging yourself. Be the best you can be, but quit judging yourself. Anyway, High Desert Sauce Company. Thank you, Zach. You're awesome. I can't wait to see you later. What a good dude. Really a great guy. So in the description box, you're going to see my dude. He's a great man. If you haven't tried High Desert Sauce Company, you've heard me refer to the signature that sauce makers have. And what I mean by that is that even though all of his sauces are different, he has a signature. And if you know what I mean? Like, I can write my name, Johnny Scoville, but I can also write the sentence, this sauce was hot. You can tell that the same guy that wrote this sauce is hot is the same guy that wrote Johnny Scoville. Because the signature, you know what I mean? And he has a signature that weaves it out of his sauces. And it's a beautiful one. He's a great sauce maker. So, this is your charge. Don't beat yourself up from the past. Don't borrow trouble from the future. Live in the now. But if you haven't tried High desert sauce company, that's your next set of your instructions for today. Order some. You'll be so happy you did. The sauce is great. Not to bash other sauce makers, but the other sauce makers, I get the feeling like we need a new sauce. Let's start with, we'll do a jalapeno, and they just throw a jalapeno sauce together. These are constructed. You know what I mean? They're well-constructed sauces. You can, when you eat them, you can tell it wasn't haphazardly thrown together. This took thought. This took preparation. It's really, it's an art. So find him in the description box and get some. Right there is my son, Johnny Scoville Jr. He's a great guy. He's making videos and he's wonderful at it. So please check him out. He is probably better at it than I am. I have a higher tolerance, son. I may be watching this, but boy, he's good at this. So please go check my son out. And there's my brother. He's really good at this too. And Tommy's channel is The Lifeboat. They're all going to catch up and run by me, I promise you. He runs The Lifeboat. It's a sobriety channel, a channel about living your best life. So if you have something you want to put in your rear view mirror so you don't have to think about it or think about it anymore, start there. Challenges. All the challenges I've done right there and right here. Pepperology. And Pepperology is it's a segment in the playlist with a lot of good stuff for brand new chili heads. We are so close to eating fresh, gigantic, super hot chilies. Isn't that exciting? So if you're going to eat them with me this year, check that out. Thanks for hanging out with me. My name is Johnny Scoville, and this was Chase the Heat.